So number one, the city of Austin. So highlight with me if I highlight anything or make any notes with me. This will be the first review. We'll do the second review hopefully tomorrow. Number one, the city of Austin discovered a hole in the middle of the street with a radius of 4 feet. What is the approximate area of the board that will be needed to completely cover this hole? So yeah, let's figure out the stuff that we know. We have the word area, so we know we're looking for area. It's a hole in the middle of the street, so we know it's a circle. So if you look at your reference sheet, the area of a circle is pi r squared. So pi r squared, that's your formula. Write the formula down. Every single time, write your formula down so then when you go to plug your numbers in, you are seeing every single piece that you need. So pi r squared, we know pi is 3.14. What was our radius that they gave us?
4.
4. So plug that 4 in for r. R for radius. And squared. So 3.14 times 4 squared. What is 4 squared?
16.
16. It's 4 times 4. So 3.14 times 16. So put that 3.14 on top. 6 times 4, 24. 6, 7, 8. 6 times 3 is 18. Don't forget your placeholder. 4 times 1, 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And 3 times 1 is 3.
50.24.
Good.
And if you round it, it's just 50.
Good. So 50.24 is what we end up with, but our answer choices are rounded to the nearest whole number, so it's going to be C, 50. Okay, number 2. Steel pipe comes in different sizes. A common size to use for irrigation has a 4-inch diameter. So already we see that word diameter. We know we're talking about circles. A rancher needs to cap off the end of the irrigation pipe. In order to do so, he must find the circumference of the pipe. What is the approximate circumference of his 4-inch diameter pipe? So we know we have circles and it says the word circumference. So look at your reference sheet if you need to, but write down
C equals pi d.
Good. Since we're given the diameter, we can use C equals pi d. So write your formula down. So after you write your formula down, then plug your formula in with numbers. So pi is 3.14.
And then times 4.
Diameter is 4. So you're just multiplying those two together after you plug the numbers in. 3.14 times 4.
12.56.
Good.
Is 13. So A.
Good. So we get 12.56, but all of our answer choices are whole numbers, so we're going to have to round it up.
13.
And that would be 13.
No, it's not. 25.
Number 3, Mike's rotating sprinkler waters his lawn up to a radius of 7 feet. What is the maximum area of square feet of lawn Mike can expect 2 sprinklers to cover? 2. We're going to have to do this 2 times. So we are going to have to figure out the area, because it used that word area.
Oh, wait. Square to base of pipe.
So pi r squared is the area of a circle. So if we find the area of this, I'm going to plug my numbers in. So 3.14 times 7 squared. So 7 times 7, figure that first.
49.
So 49 times 3.14. Good. So we got 153.86. Now that's the area of one of our water sprinklers, right?
Would you divide it by 2 or multiply it by 2?
We're going to multiply by 2 because that's the radius for one of the sprinklers, but he's talking about 2 sprinklers. So we're going to have to take that number, 153.86, and multiply it by 2, or you can add it by itself. So it'll be 307.72. But notice how they gave you that 153 because they know you're going to get to that point and say, hey, I found an answer that matches. That's the answer. Ooh, read careful.
Wait, so how many questions are going to be?
Okay, number 4. Erin bought a circular cover for her backyard hot tub with an area of 48 square feet. How can Erin best determine the radius of the spa cover? So she has an area. So area of a circle is pi r squared. They already gave us the area. So if we plug that in, 48 equals pi r squared. How could she best determine what the radius is of that spa cover? So it's kind of like you would be solving an equation. So how would we do that? If we had 48 equals 3.14 times something squared. So A says we would multiply 48 by pi, then multiply the product by itself.
No. We would divide 48 by pi.
You would need to divide 48 by pi. If we were going to go through and try to solve this equation, we would have to divide by pi, not multiply by pi. So A is out. B says take the square root of 48. That's close, but it's leaving off the whole pi part. So it can't be B. C says divide 48 by pi, which we said we needed to do. That's true. Then take the square root of the quotient.
Which is the multiplication.
Which, that would be true, right? Because r is squared. So if we wanted just r, we would have to find the square root of it. Should be C. Number 5, the figure shows a square inside of a rectangle. Which procedures should be used to find the area of the shaded region? Let's see our answer choices. A says find the area of the rectangle and add
You would subtract it.
the area of the square. Good. So A can't be right because we're not going to be adding it.
So C.
Good. B says B is talking about the perimeter, but we're looking for the area, so already D can be out because we're not talking about perimeter. C, good. Just like on that work page we did where all of the shaded part you would add together, but if it was plain white, that means they kind of cut it out. Like they took a knife and just cut that out, so you would subtract it. Number 6, what is the area of the shaded region? That's this outer part. It's kind of hard to see. In the figure below.
So do base times pi for each of them and subtract what you get for that?
Good. So the area of both of those shapes, because we've got 2 rectangles. So we're going to use 2 different formula, well, the same formula twice. So find the area of the entire outer region, so the whole rectangle. So that would be 8 times 5 is 40. So this outside would be 40.
Minus 15, which would be 25.
Then the inside was 15. Good.
Oh yeah, that is 30.
So we would take that area of the outer region, subtract this middle part since they cut it out,
25.
and that would be 25. Good.
But what if?
Number 7, Mrs. Chandler's children built the first letter of their names out of wood. Heather builds an H using rectangles with the dimensions shown below. How many square inches of wood does Heather use to create the letter H? So this square inches tells us we're looking for the area. Okay, so how many rectangles do we have? So if you had 3 rectangles, you wouldn't know what this part was specifically. So, like we did on that page yesterday, we can see it as a whole shape, and that these things are going to be cut out. So if we do, area base times height of the whole square, you see it as one whole thing, not an H right now. We would multiply 10 by 12. of our whole shape right now. If we just cut a big old square out, 10 times 12, what would you get?
120.
So the whole thing is 120. Now let's find these areas of these little squares in here.
You add like 3 to 3, it'll be 6.
Good. Good job. So if this is 3, this is 3. The whole bottom part would be 10. So 6. So Amelia said that this side should be 4. Same thing here. So one side of our square is going to be 4. So this whole bottom part said it was 10 inches, right? But we've got to split it up to see what the area of this middle part, inside part is, so we can subtract it. Does that make sense? Okay. So 4 times 5 twice for both of these little squares.
That's 20.
So 20 inches squared for both. And we've got to cut those out so we can make our H.
120 minus 40.
So 120 minus 40. Good. Good job, guys.
We're smaller. Yay. For what?
Number 8. Number 8, Debbie draws a pattern to help construct a bow for her sister's doll. How many square centimeters, so that's area, of material does Debbie need to construct 3 bows for her sister's doll? This is 1 bow.
Yeah, but it's a 2.
So what shapes do we have? Good, you're on the right track. Okay, so we've got trapezoid, trapezoid, rectangle. So the area for my trapezoids, it's base 1 plus base 2 times your height. On the trapezoid, you've got 2 different bases. So add the bases together times the height of it divided by 2.
60 times 5.
So the easiest one we could find right now would be the rectangle, since you're just base times height. So that would be 24. Then the trapezoids, we should have base 1 is 10 plus base 2 is 6. Then your height would be 5. And then divided by 2. Looks like they're the same on both.
Yeah.
So let's see, 16 times 5 is 30. So then 80 divided by 2, so that's 40. Okay, so we've got 40 for our area for here, the trapezoid, 24 for the rectangle, and then the other side should be the same. So we need to add all 3 of those pieces together.
104.
Good, 104.
Times 3.
Times 3. Why are we timesing it by 3, multiplying it by 3?
It's 8. That's 8.
Because it says they want to make 3 bows, and this was just 1 bow. So 104 times 3. Good. Hold on, check and see.
And then we finish
Should be 312. It should be A, yes.
We did it, yay!
Good job.
Just 2